Dear students, welcome here. This is YouTube channel of Department of Geology, L&D College Motihari. Today I will discuss on the topic histology of adenohypophysis. This topic is included in the syllabus of BSc Part 3, Paper 5 and Group C under the heading of Endocrinology of Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Bihar University, Muzaffarpur. So, before going deep into the subject, we must know what the pituitary gland is. The pituitary gland is a multifunctional endocrine gland that secretes a large number of hormones to activate many peripheral endocrine cells, for example, those in the adrenal, thyroid, testis, and ovary. Pituitary gland is also known as hypophysis or master gland. It is the smallest and unpaired endocrine gland which controls almost all other endocrine glands through their secretions or hormones. Gross anatomy of pituitary gland. This section includes position, shape, size, color, origin or development, blood supply, nerve supply, etc. Position. Pituitary is situated at the base of the brain or skull in a cavity or depression which is known as sella turcica of sphenoid bone. It is attached to the floor of third ventricle by a stalk. In this figure, you may see this is hypothalamus, this is pituitary gland, it is infundibular stalk, this is sella turcica cavity, and this is sphenoid bone. Shape. The shape of pituitary is oval. Size. It is 10 mm into 6 mm into 13 mm in size. Color. The color of pituitary is reddish grey. Weight 0.5 to 0.6 gram. It is larger in females. It also enlarges in size during pregnancy and reaches up to 1 gram in weight. The anterior lobe of pituitary constitutes approximately 75% of the whole gland. Next topic is origin or development. The pituitary develops from two outgrowths, Rathke's pouch and neural growth. The Rathke's pouch grows upward from the buccal cavity and meets with a similar neural growth from the floor of third ventricle. From the Rathke's pouch develops the adenohypophysis, whereas the neural outgrowth gives rise to the neurohypophysis. In this figure, you may see first outgrowth, second outgrowth. Both joins together and forms the pituitary gland during embryonic development. Blood supply. The anterior pituitary gets blood supply from several superior hypophyseal originated from internal carotid and circle of Willis. It gets two sets of arteries. The venous drainage from the anterior lobe is made through cavernous sinus. This figure depicts the blood supply in pituitary gland. Nerve supply. A few fibers either from hypothalamus hypophyseal tract of nerve fibers or from the carotid plexus of the cervical sympathetic or from the greater superficial nerve have been traced in pituitary gland. Now, histology of pituitary gland. That means microscopic structure of pituitary gland. In this section, anatomically, pituitary consists of two parts, anterior and posterior pituitary, but microscopically it consists of 6 parts. The last 2 parts are not considered here because they do not play the endocrine role. That means they does not secrete any type of hormones. So they are excluded here. According to International Commission on Anatomical Nomenclature, following is the chart of its different parts. In this chart you may see hypophysis or pituitary gland is divided into two broad categories or two broad structures. First is adenohypophysis and second is neurohypophysis. Again, adenohypophysis is divided into three parts. First is pars distalis, second is pars tuberalis, and third one is pars intermedia. while the neurohypophysis is also divided into three parts. First is called pars nervosa, second is median eminence, and third is infundibulum. In other hand, anterior lobe includes pars distalis and pars tuberalis, while posterior lobe of pituitary includes pars intermedia, pars nervosa, median eminence, and infundibulum. These two parts, median eminence and infundibulum, does not secrete any hormones. This figure depicts broad different parts of pituitary. This part is hypothalamus, this is median eminence, it is infundibular stalk, it is pars tuberalis, it is pars intermedia, it is pars distalis, and this area is called pars nervosa. Histology of adenohypophysis. Adenohypophysis includes three parts. First is called pars distalis, second is called pars tuberalis, and third one is pars intermedia. Pars intermedia secretes a hormone called MSH. Pars distalis. Pars distalis is about 75% of hypophysis, and it includes the columnar or masses of epithelial cells with blood sinuses. Schoonman 1982 have given the diversity of different cell types in pituitary gland. He classified the cells into three types on the basis of histochemical studies or on the staining properties. First cell type is chromophobe cells, second is acidophil cells, and third is basophil cells. In this figure you may see the acidophil cells, these are large, basophil cells, gamma cells, alpha cells, blood vessels or sinusoids, beta cells. Now pars distalis is again divided into three parts: chromophobe cells, acidophil cells, and basophil cells. Chromophobe cells is total. Chromophobe cells constitutes 50% of pars distalis, while acidophil cells constitutes 35% of pars distalis, and basophil cells is only 15% of pars distalis. Chromophobe cells does not secrete any hormone. Acidophil cells secrete two types of hormones, growth hormone and prolactin. Acidophil cells are divided into acidophil cells contains two types of cells, somatotroph cells and lactotroph cells. Somatotroph cells secretes growth hormone or somatotrophic hormone. Lactotroph cells secrete prolactin or LTH, lactotrophic cells. Third cell is basophil cells or basophilic cells because it stains by basic dyes. Thyrotroph cells, it includes three types of cells. First is thyrotroph cell, it secretes TSH. Second, gonadotroph cells, it secretes FSH, luteinizing hormone, and ICSH. Third cell is called corticotroph cell, and this part or these cells secretes adrenocorticotrophic hormone. In this figure you may see different parts of pituitary gland. First cell of pars distalis is called chromophobe cells. It is also called C cell or reserve cell. It is 50% of total pars distalis. These cells are not stained with either basic or acidic dyes. These cells lack secretory granules. They have less cytoplasm in their structure, and these cells, due to lack of secretory granules, does not secrete any hormone. Second is acidophil cells or acidophilic cells. It is 35% of total pars distalis cells. They give they have get affinity for dyes, acidic dyes. They can be stained by eosin, so called as eosinophil or acidophil cell. They are of two types. First type is called somatotrophic cells or alpha acidophil cells. Second is called lactotrophic cells or carminophil cells. In this figure, you may see the sagittal section of hypothalamus and pituitary gland of an adult man, showing different parts of pituitary. In this microscopic structure, you may see different cell types. First, this figure is of somatotroph cells. These cells secretes somatotropic cells or growth hormone. This is thyrotroph cells. These cells secretes TSH. These are gonadotroph cells, and these cells secretes FSH, LH and ICSH. This is lactotroph cell. These cells secrete LTH or prolactin. These cells are called last cells. In last figure you may see corticotroph cells. These cells secretes ACTH, which act on adrenal cortex. Somatotropic cell or alpha acidophil cells. These are oval or round in shape. The cytoplasm is having granules of 350 to 400 angstrom. These cells are stained with orange G. They secrete somatotropic hormone or STH or growth hormone. Growth hormone is a protein hormone which molecular weight is about 21,500. This is figure of somatotroph cells. Second is lactotrophic cells or carminophilic cells. Lactotroph cells, in this figure you may see the structure of lactotroph cells. These are acidophil, which can be stained by azocarmine and are basophilic in nature. The granules are fewer and larger, about 600 to 900 angstrom. They secrete prolactin hormone or lactogenic hormone or luteinotropin hormone or mammotropin cell hormones. It is a polypeptide hormone, and the molecular weight of prolactin is about 25,000. Last cell type is basophil cells. It is only 15% of total pars distalis cells. These cells can be stained by basic dyes. They are of three types: thyrotropic cells, gonadotropic cells and corticotropin cells. This is thyrotroph, this is gonadotroph and this is corticotroph. First, thyrotropic cells. These cells makes TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone is a glycoprotein and its molecular weight is 2800. Gonadotropic cells. Gonadotropic cells are also positive with phosphoric acids. They secrete gonadotropic hormones. These cells, these are FSH, LH or ICSH. FSH or follicle stimulating hormone is a glycoprotein of molecular weight 30,000. LH or ICSH is a glycoprotein with molecular weight of 30,000. The cells that secrete FSH are larger and rounded. That means those cells which secretes FSH are larger in size. The cells that secrete LH or ICSH are small and with scanty cytoplasm. That means they have less cytoplasm in their structure. Third is corticotropin cells. These cells secrete adrenocorticotrophic hormone which act on adrenal cortex. So the name ACTH, adrenocorticotrophic hormone. It is a peptide hormone with molecular weight of 4500. Second structure of adenohypophysis is pars tuberalis. Tuberalis means tube-like structure. It is about 25 to 60 mu thick and forms a series around the infundibular stalk. Here in this figure, here it is traversed by major arterial supply for the pars distalis and the hypothalamus hypophyseal venous portal system. From here, the main component of this is a cuboidal columnar cell which contain small granules. In adults, these cells are found and contain large amount of glycogen, but these cells does not secrete any type of hormone. In this figure, you may see this part is called infundibulum. It is posterior pituitary, it is anterior pituitary, it is pars intermedia, it is sella turcica, and this is sphenoid bone. And the last is pars intermedia. Anatomically, it is associated with neural lobe. It is thin strip of tissues separated from anterior lobe by intergranular cleft. This part is called pars intermedia. In this figure, the purple colored structure is called pars intermedia. In man, it is only 2%, but in mouse, it is 19%. It consists of vesicle filled with colloidal material. It secretes a peptide hormone, melanocyte stimulating hormone, or MSH, or intermedin. Thank you. You may send your feedback on this link given here. Thank you.